Hello everyone. Today we will talk about evolution of the Earth, lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. We will also look into the origin of life on the Earth. As the earlier Earth was a barren, rocky with thin atmosphere. Earlier atmosphere was composed of hydrogen and helium gases. So there were changes which converted, there were certain events and processes which changed this rocky barren earth into a land full of life and water and atmosphere which is suitable for the life. We will study all that. Earth has layered structure. From the outermost is atmosphere to the center of the earth there is layered structure, and the density varies. The atmosphere matter has the least density. Okay, now as due to gradual increase in temperature, as in the earlier earth was very hot, so there was temperature was very high, so density was gradually, there was differences in the densities of the material. Heavier material like iron got sink inside the earth, then it condensed and solidified, and this led to the formation of three layers. The outermost layer is the crust, then mantle, and then innermost is inner core and outer core. Okay, so this differentiation of material on the basis of their densities is known as the process of differentiation. The heavier material they sink towards the center and the lighter one moves towards the surface, means heavier moved toward the core and the lighter one moved towards the surface. Okay, now evolution of atmosphere. In the first stage, the earlier atmosphere had just helium and hydrogen, then these were removed by the solar winds and taken to the outer planets. Okay, now over the time as the earth cooled, various gases and water vapors were released from the interior of the earth. Okay, and this led to the formation of present atmosphere. Early atmosphere contained water vapor, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia and little free oxygen. As these gases were outpouring, means released from the interior of the earth, this process is known as degassing. Now continued volcanic eruption contributed to the various gases and increased water vapor. Now as the earth was cooling, the water vapor got condensed and the carbon dioxide present in our atmosphere was dissolved in the rainwater. This led to the more condensation and more rain, and the rain which was falling was collected in the depressions, low lying areas, which gave rise to oceans. The present day oceans are result of this process. Okay, and the oceans were formed around 15 million years from the formation of the earth. Then sometimes around 3800 million years ago life begins. See, as the life first started, as life first started in the oceans, then the oxygen which was very less in the earlier atmosphere, it was increased or the contribution of oxygen by the process of photosynthesis increased the oxygen in the atmosphere, and by around 200 million years ago oxygen was flooded in our atmosphere. There was plenty of atmosphere. So earlier life is generally given to the complex it was complex chemical reaction which ultimately contributed for the origin of life on this our blue planet. Okay, now we will see from that around 3000 millions ago we can find blue green algae, and it was the primary source of photosynthesis. So the generally life started around 3800 millions years ago. It first started or began in the ocean, then from ocean the life spread to the continental or land areas. So there was different geological time. We can see there was a Jurassic period when Pangea, the supercontinent, began to split, and it is Jurassic is also known as age of dinosaurs. By Cretaceous period, the dinosaurs extinct. They were completely extinct from the our Earth. Then Carboniferous period, which was around 286 to 360 millions years ago, first reptiles appeared on the Earth, and there were coal beds. Okay, now around in the Ordovician period, around 438 to 505 million years ago, first fish appeared, and it was then that marine life was full of there was full of marine life. Okay, now over the time the life began to move to the flower, then led to the flower. After the extinction of dinosaurs, there were rats, rabbits, arthropod, ape, then flowering plants, and from 2 million to 10,000 years ago, Homo sapiens appeared in the Pleistocene period, and from 10,000 years ago to now, the epoch is known as Holocene in the Quaternary period. So this was a brief about the evolution of Earth, evolution of lithosphere, evolution of atmosphere and hydrosphere, and origin of life on the Earth. I hope it will help you to get some clarity on the topics or subtopics of chapter 2 of geography, origin and evolution of the Earth. So this is it for today's topic, and you have certain project work. If you have any knowledge about ISRO, then please let us know and write about the various achievement of ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. So kindly collect information about ISRO. Okay, so this is it for. Thank you so much.